Hi folks, Job Comics here. You know that at Job we're a huge fan of Amazing Spider-Man, and of course we love John Romita. So we have grabbed this copy of John Romita's Amazing Spider-Man, and it's the artist editions. Now there's an awful lot of this to get through, so I'm just going to go through the beginning of the book, and as the days go on, we'll try and reveal more stuff if you like it, if people watch it. I don't know. Does anybody watch this? Probably not. Anyway, I don't care. So it's got a fabulous cover. I don't know if you can tell, but this is embossed, not embossed, but it's raised, yeah, so it's kind of glossed over. And you can see the difference between the type and the first. This is an IDW. I don't know if IDW are even still doing this kind of thing, but these are amazing books made up from the original artwork of the particular artist involved. So you get lots of this kind of stuff where you can actually see the pencil lines and the blue lines where the artist has been working on this panel. So like I said, I don't want this video to be like an hour long or anything, but there's the splash, so to speak, and you can see that these are all scans taken of the original artwork. So the guy that put these incredible books together have to painstakingly try and source the original artwork, and then painstakingly source them, and then represent them to the likes of us. So you can see all the credits there. If you want to have a wee look at them, you can pause the video. This is a first printing of this from 2011. They're quite expensive, these books, yeah. And there's the credits for the original series. And you can see here, very special thanks to Mike Burkey for generously supplying most of the original art in this volume. Please visit Mike's website, and there it is there. And then there's some additional thanks to people that probably also helped out putting this particular volume together. So these are really really handy if you're an aspiring artist and you can see the tricks of the trade and you can see how these things were put together. About this edition here, you can pause that if you want to have a wee look at these. And then obviously a table of contents, yeah. And that's the issues that the original artwork comes from. So we'll have a wee flick through the first entry here just to give you an idea of what is going on. So you can see that this is from the August schedule to Squash a Spider. And like I said, these are the original artwork from these issues, complete with the signatures. And you can see that this is Jim Mooney's art inks over. And if I zoom in, you can actually see the blue lines where the penciler has done his work, and then you can see where Mooney has inked over the top of it. So, as a resource, these things are absolutely invaluable. If you're an artist, it's so nice to be able to see how these things get put together, and it gives you a really incredible opportunity, even just as a collector, to see the original artwork. And let's face it, this is as close to owning the original artwork as you will ever get. Now, to own John Romita artwork, you're going to pay an awful lot of money for it. And you can pick these books up for about $100, I think, yeah. So if you're a huge fan of either the artist or the particular comic that they're reprinting here, these are just invaluable. If I zoom in, you can see the blue pencil lines there, and you can see Mooney's inks over the top of it, yeah. This is Spider-Man versus Mysterio, I think, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I remember this issue really well because I remember this. It was Spider-Man Mysterio had sort of trapped him in this kind of weird funfair thing, and then you had this kind of Enter the Dragon type situation with Spider-Man trapped in this hall of mirrors. And even as I'm looking at this just now, I'm forgetting that I'm videoing it, and I'm just getting absolutely lost in the production value of these comics. Although that arm looks odd, doesn't it? Here's Mysterio. And here's Spidey getting out of this situation. I mean, every single panel here, you tend to forget how absolutely amazing each and every page of artwork is, because when you're reading the comic, you're caught up in the dialogue, you're caught up in the action and what's going on, that sometimes you don't sort of take the time to actually look at the work that's going into these things. I mean, look at Spider-Man in silhouette there, that giant Mysterio. Now, every now and then, this is one of 3 pages not scanned from the original work. So this is just a reproduction of probably the original comic, because they didn't actually have the original artwork for this edition, because not every page of artwork still exists. And I believe there was a bit of a scandal back in the day where the likes of Kirby and Lee's artwork would go mysteriously missing, and probably in the hands of private collectors, and nobody knows where they are, because there's a good chance that, you know, Marvel might have just either been selling them on the sly, or just, you know, they were getting stolen. So so the original artwork market is somewhat steeped in sort of skullduggery, as you can imagine. But there's the last page. There we go. And that's how that particular chapter in this book ends. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at those original pages of artwork from John Romita in a classic issue of Spider-Man. I love looking at these. I could look at them all day, if I'm honest. I just think it's phenomenal. And the work that goes into this kind of thing is just amazing. And we do tend to forget just how much work used to go into these. I know these guys were just banging this artwork out at the time on a, you know, it was just their job. It was like you going to your job and just doing your work and then going home and forgetting about it. But look at the legacy that has been left. It's just absolutely phenomenal. We should never forget where these original pieces of work came from. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at that. If you do, let me know, because I can post you some other stuff. Try and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.